Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley 2, the rematch. I watched the replay. The night of the fight, when I bought it, I recorded on my DVR. So I watched it, and yeah, you see different things when you watch it for the second time. Because when you watch it live, you're so hyped up, and you're like, for me, it's like tunnel vision, and you miss things because you're so wound up, right? In your emotions and everything. But when you sit down and watch it again for the second time, you notice different stuff. So pretty much I noticed Timothy Bradley was sitting down on his punches. Every single punch he was like sitting down on, trying to knock Manny out. Really sitting down on the punches. Manny was trying to land punches in numbers. Well, Bradley was just trying to land that one big shot. So Manny, I think it was the 6th or 7th round, he landed that, like, I think it was a 10 punch combination, and he landed like most of those, and that was pretty crazy. Pretty much from round 6 to round 10, that's when Manny was dominant, getting Timothy on the ropes, and Bradley wasn't really doing anything. Round 11 and 12 a little bit closer, but Manny still had that, I think. The rounds that Bradley had were round 1, round 3, round 4, round 5. I don't know. He had the early rounds he got. Manny got round 2 and 3, I thought, but he got the other early rounds. But anyway, from round 6 to 10, Manny really dominated. From round 6 to 12, Manny won all those too. But anyway, yeah, Manny relying more on his experience and timing and skill to win the fight. He was aggressive, but obviously he wasn't like super aggressive like he used to be. But then you got to look at, like, Timothy Bradley moves his head very well and his body very well. He's quick on his feet, and he's got a good defense. So, and he's a top caliber opponent. So you can't be aggressive and land all those shots. And I think Manny learned something from the last knockout against Marquez. I think it was good for him that he got knocked out, because I think it kind of revived his motivation, and he got smarter in the ring. Sure, he doesn't look as aggressive, but if you look at the Marquez 4 fight, he wasn't really using his skill as much. He was going in a straight line, beelining right to Marquez and throwing punches. He wasn't going side to side, like to the right, to the left, like he usually does, and stuff like that when he's using his skill. So I think he was too aggressive in that fight. So he just needs to find a balance of aggressiveness and skill, using his skill, and I think he found it in this fight. He could have been a little more aggressive probably, but that maybe had to do with Timothy Bradley moving very well, so he couldn't throw as many aggressive combinations because Bradley's always moving. So anyway, Bradley looking like Harold Letterman said, throwing shots like Marvin Hagler power. He was really that's the hardest I've seen Timothy Bradley punch. He was just sitting down and throwing his punches. You could just hear him grinning when he threw the punches. He was in vicious body shots he landed too, and Freddie Roach said that he was worried about that. And it made him cringe, those body shots. But I was kind of worried that Manny wasn't responding right to the body shots at first. But then Timothy Bradley got tired, because that's not his style. He usually has good endurance, but he was throwing his punches with every bit of 100% power in every punch, and he ran out of gas at like 6 rounds. He ran out of most of his fuel. So anyway, and Manny kept strong throughout the whole fight. His endurance is incredible. Manny's endurance and his power and speed still there. The snap on his punch is still there, Bradley said, and his combination punch is still there. His footwork's still there. I think Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter in the world, still. Back then, 5 years ago, yeah, I think he was better because he threw more punches, so it was harder to. He overwhelmed guys. Now he doesn't overwhelm guys as much. He just uses his skill and his experience, but he still uses his power and speed very well, and he can still overwhelm guys. But you know he's been in boxing for almost 20 years now. It's been 19 years. You can't expect him to keep that high energy throughout his whole career. I think where he is right now, he's still the best fighter in the world, though. He just doesn't throw as many punches, but he still has the power, the speed, the footwork, and I think he has more intelligence in the ring now after that knockout against Marquez. So I think that's going to benefit him. So I still think he's the best fighter in the world, Manny Pacquiao, and I think Timothy Bradley is in his prime, and I think he will become champion again. Maybe not against Manny Pacquiao, but he'll get a title from someone else. And I think Timothy Bradley's an elite fighter too. He improved immensely from the first fight, and I think he's still going to improve. But I think Timothy Bradley is in his prime, and definitely see him doing good in his next fight, Timothy Bradley. And I see Manny Pacquiao doing even better in his next fight, whoever his opponent is, either Marquez or Alvarado. But anyway, my overview of the replay I watched: Manny's intelligent, his patience, not jumping in, being aggressive but smart, and he using his combinations and his footwork, cutting off the ring very well, and staying strong throughout the whole fight, and taking over from the 6th round on. Bradley sitting down on his punches for the first time for the first half of the fight, really throwing vicious body shots and landing, rocked Manny in the 4th round, and then he got tired though. But good performance by Bradley too, and Manny shook Bradley a couple times dazed him a couple times with the left hand that he landed throughout the fight, and Bradley even said he was dazed. So anyway, great fight, very competitive matchup. It was 2-1 odds. It was very competitive at the start until Manny took over, but definitely better than the first fight. And yeah, Manny suffered the cut. It was like 15 seconds before the fight ended in the 12th round. 15 seconds left. Manny, their heads clashed, accidental headbutt. Manny had to get like 36 stitches on the left, I think, of his left top of his eye, I think. And it's like a star-shaped cut. You have to get like tons of stitches in the cut and outside the cut. So it's pretty what do you call it? Pretty big cut, and pretty nasty cut, Freddie Roach said, and pretty much it was pretty clean fight besides that headbutt though, and it was accidental. And anyway, performances by both guys. Timothy Bradley, even though he gassed out, you gotta give him credit for what he tried to do. He tried to knock out Manny. You gotta give him credit for that. Manny showing his aggressiveness and showing that he can still fight and still be the best fighter in the world. So yeah, both guys great performances. And yeah, let me know what you think about the fight. And did you watch the replay already? I don't think they have played the replay yet. If you didn't record it or if you didn't find it online, you have to wait like a week or two or something. But anyway, let me know what you think about the fight in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.